Hello, hello, Solara here. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm here to do another blackout message. I just wanted to get this out of my system. It's like 3 in the morning here. Um, I've been having Vincent van Gogh show up in my energy since yesterday. It's very, very strange. And when I try to figure out what the reason was, I still need to go and do a little bit more research on his life. There's someone here in this collective who has a very special way of doing something. And you may have tried doing it before, and you may have never had any success. And the way that you've done it is not traditional. So there's something here about like Vincent van Gogh was only famous posthumously. When he was alive, he sold one painting, and it was a pity buy. It was some woman who bought it from him because she wanted him to feel encouraged, okay? It wasn't even that she really appreciated his genius and his art. And now, there was a Van Gogh painting that set the precedent for being one of the most expensive paintings ever. I don't know if it to be sold, to be auctioned. I think it was back in the 80s. I don't know if it probably has been. Paintings have sold for higher prices since then, but up until that point, nobody had paid that amount of money for a painting, and it was one of his paintings went for, I think it was $82 million. Okay, but the thing about it was, amongst his contemporaries and at the time of his life, Van Gogh was not appreciated. He was overlooked. He wasn't really considered to be commercially viable. He was very good friends with Gogh, who at the time was very popular at the time. But as we know, posthumously, Van Gogh's star has outshone that of Paul Gauguin. And Paul Gauguin apparently was quite arrogant with him, 7 of Swords and 6 of Cups. He was quite arrogant with Van Gogh, apparently, if we are to believe some of the records that are still here historically. And they say that it was even because of an argument he had with him that caused him to cut his own ear, although that was Gauguin's report. Others say that Gauguin was a very skilled archer, and he cut off Vincent's ear. I have not tuned directly into his energy. I have had messages come through. I do believe that that Vincent did not cut his own ear off. Let's put it that way. I don't believe it. I think that there was some fuckery going on with this friend, and 7 of Swords and 6 of Cups also confirm that in my tarot. But we're not here to dispute how he died and the fuckery around that, because there's a lot of that. I might do a reading about that. I might actually channel him. I don't know. We'll see. Or at least continue reading the story and seeing, because there's something bigger here than that. But for now, I just want to keep this message short, because this is a message for someone who, you might be an artist, you might be a painter, you might be a dancer, you might be a writer. You do things differently than what they say is classically or traditionally acceptable. You've been boo-hooed, you've been made fun of for the way you've done things. It's caused you to lose heart. You've been told that whatever it is you're doing cannot be monetized, is not commercially viable, and as such, either you've stopped, you've given up hope. You know, it's part of your soul's, you feel it in your soul. It's not even something that you can't do. So it's not, for some of you, it might not be something that you've stopped doing altogether, but you've lost the hope that you can do something with it that could have commercial appeal, or that you could monetize. And this message is coming here tonight to tell you that's bullshit. Okay? And this is a message for those of you beyond, just this person or people who do things very differently. This is a message to let you know that the energies of the old world are dead. As I said, that the devil came out. Those contracts are over. And I'm not just talking about your contracts with people. I'm talking about the old world energies that try to keep you in a cage and box you and tell you could only go this far if you followed this formula. You could only do this if you weren't an official person, if you weren't doing things in this order, and if you don't have this, you can't be this person. All of that is going to die. And I'm not talking about like you can be a doctor because you believe that you're a doctor or whatever, you know, like I'm not saying that at all, but I am saying I have the world. It's official. It's over. I am saying that those old rules are trying to limit people and their abilities, especially artistic and creative expression. It's over. You know, it's over. Like trying to tell people that there's only one way or 5 ways to write to be considered, you know, to be considered, I don't know, like I don't know the awards that go to writers. I don't know about their award system. It's all their awards are there to create competition and envy and all that other shit. But what I'm telling you is that the old formulas for success are no longer going to work in the new earth. Okay, they're no longer going to work in these new energies. Those are dead. So if you allowed something that you loved to do and you wanted to make a life out of it, if you allowed it, if it died, and if you watched it die, and if it died because somebody else was raining on your parade and telling you it would never be anything, you'd never amount to anything, that's bullshit. You need to put to death those comments and those projections, and it's time to resurrect that which they told you had to die. It's time to resurrect that which they told you you had to put to death. It's not true. The Sun just flew out of my deck, followed by the Knight of Swords. You are to chase after what it is. And I'm not saying chase like being that chasing energy. What I'm saying is go for it. There's something that you have that feeds your inner child. For some of you, it's something you've been doing since you were a child. It brings you joy. It unlocks your it's something you do from your solar plexus also. It's something that once upon a time, before people came to dash your dreams, you had confidence in and you loved it. It may have been performative in some way. It may have helped to brighten up people's day in some way. It's something to do with creativity and entertainment. You're being guided and advised to go after it ruthlessly now with this Knight of Swords energy. The Knight of Swords is like it takes action. Like the Knight of Swords can be, yeah, it can be a bit of a kind of an erratic energy, you know, if it's not properly grounded, okay? But the Knight of Swords at the beginning of a project, or when you've been feeling so bogged down by another energy like a 5 of Swords or a 7 of Swords or 2, the Knight of Swords is what is needed to come in and to fight. There's something about you standing in your power and fighting for your light and your right to shine. This is like an ongoing theme that's been coming up for me over the last few days. Some of you were denied the right to shine. Many of you were denied the right to shine because you were constantly having to dim your light to appease others and to appease certain narratives and to appease certain situations where there was a formula given to you, and if you erred outside of the formula, then the matrix boundaries would come in and put you to the beginning of the game, or however it works, and it's over. That shit is over. At the bottom of the deck we have the 10 of Wands. It's time to put down everything, every tradition, every old way of thinking, every thing that you learned through family, etc. That's the 10 of Wands energy for me too. It's time to put to death those things that want to keep you out of your expansion and stuck in the in wounded cycles. For some of you, you have a gift that is that this energy was coming in, I think it was like a week ago, week and a half ago. I don't remember when I did this reading. It might have been 2 weeks ago. Who knows at this point? But it's coming back again, kind of. It's like you have something that you might be the first in many generations to unlock, but it's part of your ancestry with the Ten of Wands. But the way that you unlock it is by releasing the wounds you have around your expression. It's about healing your inner child. It's about cutting through the bullshit and the mental fuckery and reclaiming the power of your own voice and your ability to express your creativity. Okay, you might be a Leo. There's also air energy here. You might be a speaker. You might be a writer. You might be a prophet with this Leo and this Knight of Swords energy. You might be here to begin revolutions. You might be here to revolutionize the very thing they told you you couldn't do. That's why you couldn't succeed in the old energy, because you came here to fucking flip the script. That's what it's about. Page of Cups. Yeah, this definitely has something to do, and it flipped right onto the Sun card. This definitely has something to do with childhood. And this definitely has something to do with an emotional wounding from childhood. It also has something to do with, like, again, it's this energy of constantly being, it's almost like you were born to be the star of a show, but you kept on being given the part of understudy, or you kept on being given the supporting character, and you knew you were supposed to be the star, and you had these experiences in childhood, and then you had these experiences later on in life, like people not getting, you know, how you create, or not getting what it was you were doing, not getting it. And that's partly because you were ahead of your time, because the gift that you have, the creativity you have, it wasn't actually for the old cycle. It is for the new cycle. They couldn't get it in the old cycle. They didn't have the consciousness. Their consciousness wasn't expanded enough in order to receive the vision that you're a visionary, to receive the vision that you had, or what it was that you were presenting to the world. But now that shit is over. Now it's time for you, whoever tried to steal your shine, it's time for you to take it back. Some of you belong front center stage. The Sun is a card of fame, also stardom. This is also the energy collectively. Celebrity culture is about to die, people, because they were, let me not go into it, but let's just say celebrity culture is about to die because those are not the true stars. If you know, then you know. Two of Swords. Someone was keeping you blinded and stuck out of your truth. Yes, Nine of Swords kept you in the state of feeling very isolated and alone. And it's more than just depression here. With this Nine of Swords, what I'm getting here, it's like this energy of making you feel like you're so, it's almost like you're so different. You know, like it's almost this energy of like, why can't you just be like other people? Kind of thing. I don't know if this is the voice of a mother, the voice of a teacher. Why can't you just do this like this person? It's that critical voice of why can't you? And it forced you into yourself, for one thing. You may have struggled with some kind of depression, anxiety. You may have always felt misunderstood and alone in the world. It's very interesting because I'm noticing on my cards this motif that's on the Sun and the Page of Cups and the Nine of Swords. And on the Sun, there are these like, they're almost like these flowers, but they're gold. And they're like these, I'll call them flowers, but they almost are like wheels. And there's 4 of them on the white horse that the child is on. But on the Page of Cups, she's wearing this design in purple. It's purple flower wheels on her cloak, and then those same flower wheels in the Nine of Swords are on her bedspread. There's something about dark and light here. It's like you were cloaked in some kind of darkness that was there to cover the gold, that was there to cover the truth of who you are. And it's a cloak that's followed you throughout childhood. It followed you throughout the old world, because like I said, there's something here about you not being ready for, this gift you have, this talent, this creativity, it wasn't for the old world. And as such, part of it was that the players in the old world would cloak you and make you feel like you were inadequate. But at the same time, that was divine protection, because when it was ready, it was time for you to bust out. It's time for you to bust out. Like the only major arcana card here is the sun. Okay, so when it's time for you to shine, it's like nobody puts baby in the corner. When it's time for you to have your moment on the stage, it's time, and it will be unforgettable. Okay, and it's time. It's time, and you're being told to go after it with gusto. We got 9 of Cups coming out right after the 9 of Swords. Yes, 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 yes. I like this energy. This is something about you having alchemized this 9 of Swords. This energy that was supposed to make you feel like you were, you know, for lack of better words, like a freak. Like, why can't you, I keep on hearing that, why can't you just be like everyone else? Why can't you be like Sally? Why can't you be like Jordan? I don't know who those people are, if they're anyone to you, but it's like that, you know. But you, at some point, took that energy, and from the 9 of Swords, you turned it into the 9 of Cups, because that is the next stage. You alchemized your pain, and you learned how to tune into it emotionally. And there's something, you learn how to use your pain and the emotions of it. There's something about this here that you use this pain for your art. Instead of allowing this pain to cause you to make a bed in it, originally you were making a bed in this pain. You were burying yourself in this pain. You were allowing yourself to be buried. But then you learned how to take this pain, because at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Temperance card. Okay, and she's got her cups here. She's pouring water back and forth. And we got the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups actually does come after the 9 of Swords in terms of how energy comes forth. And then we get the 9 of Pentacles. So some of you are on your way to actually now finally being able to make money off of this. Okay, monetize off of this, because you're about to have the 9 of Pentacles, which is going to lead you into financial independence. But what I'm picking up here, there's something about how you alchemize that pain, and instead of allowing those emotions to keep you distraught, you use those emotions now to create your art. You use those emotions and what it is you've come to give the world. Some of you are straight up earth angels, and that's why, with the Temperance card at the bottom, that's why you had to stay cloaked. The cloaking and the rejection was God's protection. I know we hate to hear it. We hate to hear that, right? But it's true. And you're going to see now. You're going to be grateful now. Because there are people who in the old cycle, in the old world, they caught the end of those old world energies, and they soaked it up, and they got the material, 333 on my clock, they got the material success. Some of them, they got the acclaim. Some of them, the worldly success. Some of them, and it's like they didn't even get a proper chance to even enjoy it. And maybe you were looking at these people and you were just like, but why, God? Or this isn't right. Like, why do people like this get to have they have nothing to give to the world in terms of helping it to become a better place? Why do they get, and it's just like, this was the old energy. It had to play out. There was no room on that stage for you because you're not a phony. Okay. Now it's time for you to rise. Okay. We have Gemini energy here twice. We have Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Pisces twice. And then we have Leo energy. 9s might be significant to you. You might be seeing 9-9. You're coming to the end of this 9 of Swords energy. And you're coming to the end of how the 9 of Swords energy affected you because you learned how to turn it into the 9 of Cups. Now that you've learned how to turn the 9 of Swords into the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Cups can now come into material reality as the 9 of Pentacles. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Malachite. Malachite. I'm sitting here at my desk and I looked over to the left. I saw my malachite crystal and they said, Malachite. We have Ace of Swords coming out. A breakthrough is at hand. Whatever energy you are going forward with this Knight of Swords, this is the energy that is going to bring you your breakthrough. This is the energy that's going to give you your crown. A lot of you, your crown was stolen. Your crown was stolen by the energies that wanted to keep you cloaked in darkness, not knowing who you were, and to make you think that, you know, there was something wrong with you. And you lost your crown in that. You lost your crown sometimes because you gave it up and you believed the shit. You lost the crown because there were people deliberately and sometimes unconsciously trying to tear you off of the truth of who you are. But you are getting your crown back. Okay, with this Knight of Swords and Ace of Swords energy, it's becoming very clear to you the latent power that's within you. And as the clarity comes for you, it's coming for others. The clarity that you are having about your power and your abilities and your path is what is bringing in the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is a closing of the cycle. There is no more backstabbing. Those who tried to put the swords in your back, you giving it all back to them. And not only are you giving it back to them in like kind of a return to sender kind of way, you're giving it back to the world through alchemizing it and turning it into the 9 and the 10 of Cups. Okay, you're alchemizing the pain through the art. You're not letting these shit situations and people and opportunities of the past that held you down. You're not allowing them to keep you down anymore. And if this isn't your energy yet, it's about to be. Well, nothing came out, but they told me to stop shuffling, that the reading's over, and 10 of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. This is leading you to, for some of you, it might be leading to the start of something family-wise. For others of you, this is the creation of a legacy. Whatever it is that you're doing now, whatever it is that the doors are going to open for you, not only is it going to make you money with the 10 of Pentacles, but it's also here to create some kind of legacy in the earth. It's something that you're going to create that you can pass on to your children and their children. And here's the thing. At the beginning of the reading, I said something about whatever it is that you're tuning into, it's something that is part of your ancestry. There's some tie to your ancestry here, but it skipped many generations, and you are bringing it back into the light. You're bringing it back into the spotlight with the sun. And as you do that, you are reopening this lost art within your own lineage. It's beautiful. We got the 10 of Pentacles. That's the end of an energy in them. That's the final stage of manifestation. Yeah. All of that that pain is about to become your profit. All of that pain is about to become your profit. You're turning it into gold. You're spinning it into gold first and foremost by allowing it to fuel your creativity. You're spinning it into gold by the way that you are allowing it then to go out into the world. You're spinning it into gold. And whatever you're doing, it's going to help other people heal. It's going to help other people come back into tune with their own creative drive. It's going to help other people find emotional fulfillment through the alchemization of past pain. It's going to help other people have a breakthrough that helps them to begin to find ways to create legacy in these new energies. So all the time when these people were telling you, in that voice I kept on hearing, why can't you be like blah, blah, blah? It's like, now you're about to stand up and show the world, this is why. This is why. Because I wasn't supposed to be like anyone else. It may have taken me longer to get get to this place on my journey, but I've always been exactly who I am supposed to be, and I've always been exactly where I am supposed to be, given what it is I came here to do. And I'm going to close right there. I hope that this reading was helpful and insightful. If it was, please make sure to hit the like. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscribes. Thank you for your comments, your donations. Thank you for reaching out to me via email and sharing your stuff. I do have to respond to emails. I will be doing this on my agenda to do tomorrow. If you would like to work with me, I do not offer private readings. I do offer one-to-one mentorship sessions where tarot and oracle might be a part of what we do together too. It's all about helping you on wherever you are on your journey to alchemize whatever it is, whatever blockages, like whatever guidance you need or help you need accessing answers and solutions. We're here to come back into wholeness, and to that extent I utilize the full breadth of my knowledge and expertise, not only in tarot and oracle, but also even with herbs and to some extent holistic health. So I hope you guys are well. I send you so much love and joy and all the goodest shit. And until next time, be well.